Seven Nation Army by White Stripes for bass guitar. I want us to learn the basic riff, which I'm sure some of you might already know, but I want you to get used to playing it along with the backtrack. There is a reason for this, which we'll get into later. So I'm going to play it through once through with the backtrack so you can hear what's expected of you, and everything you've seen me playing, I would like to see back from you in a video. Okay, you have my WhatsApp details. It's going to sound something like this. Here's the backtrack. I'm going to jam with it. There's the extra notes, same as first riff, extra note, G chord, A chord, go quiet. And then stop. So the focus over here is on the performance more than actually just learning the song. I want to get you band ready. I want you to be able to perform this as easy as it might be. Now, first of all, let's break down the riff. So I'm going to focus more on our fretting hand here, so we can just revise the riff if you're not sure with it. It's starting at fret number 7. That's your 7th fret there. Please note my finger notation. Make sure you've got the same fingers using as I have with the video as well. So you're going to start with the 3rd finger. That's the first 7. Then on the tab of the PDF that I've sent along with this, you're going to go 7 again. So it's 7, slight pause, and another 7 after that, followed through by a 5 on the 2nd string. So it's going to sound as simple as that. Now I just want to quickly focus in on my picking hand here, because the picking technique's really important here. Watch my thumb that's tapping on the top string here. Starts with that 7, you can't see my fretting hand now. And when I go across to the 5, check what my thumb has done. It hasn't stayed on the 4th string, it's jumped across to the 3rd string. And the purpose for that is to make sure I don't end up with 2 strings accidentally ringing at the same time. So the purpose of the thumb is to silence the string that I've played, so the next string, being the 5, doesn't get interrupted. So you only hear 1 string, not 2 strings. Okay, very important. Keep the thumb there. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I've seen 1 or 2 bass players do this. Very bad technique. Keep it nice and low. Get used to the thumb silencing the string above the string you're playing. Okay, back to our fretting hand. We've got the first 7, 7, 5, and after that you come back to the 7, so it's going to sound like this. Now, some bassists like using the pinky for the 7th fret instead of the 3rd finger. I'm quite okay with that too. So if you want to do this, the pinky instead of the 3rd, I've got no issue with that. So either ring or the pinky, but definitely not the 1st and 2nd fingers. That combination stretches far too wide. So either the ring finger or the pinky is acceptable. Okay, we've done the first part. 7, 7, 5, 7. And then there's another 5, but this time the 5 is no longer there as it was before. It's on the 3rd string. So if I include that, we're going to do something like this. Check this out. 7, 7, 5, 7, 5. And then after that, we've got no choice. The hand needs to move down to fret number 3. And if you look at the tab, you'll see there's actually a physical space between the 3 and the 2. That is to indicate the timing. So after you've played the 3, you wait there, and then you go to the 2, and you play that afterwards. Now, obviously, if you had proper correct bass notation with your bass clef and crotchets and quavers and quarter notes and eighth notes, you wouldn't need that. But I'm assuming that you know the song, So we know the rhythm, and we just need to know where are the notes on the bass guitar, and if I know the song, the rhythm's not an issue. So I'm going to play it through now, slow motion. Like that. And now with the audio file that I've sent you, you're going to get on that audio file two different speeds. The first one is really slow, and then there's a pause, and the second one's going to be the correct speed as with the original. So I'm going to play through this riff now with the slow speed. You're going to hear ping, tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay, that is me counting in, and then you and I play through. Yeah, you can hear it. Ping, tuck, tuck, tuck. Nice and slow. Maybe use the pinky or the third finger. One more time. And that part there that went very, very noisy, we are stopped playing. That's going to be the beginning of the chorus where he sings, and the message coming from my eyes says, leave it alone. Now, first of all, this riff gets played more than what we've done on the original. It's basically 5 times on the audio track, but if you were to play the song, I think it's something like 16 times before you go to G and A. So the purpose of this is just to get to be able to repeat the basic line so you get used to it. Now, from the chorus again, G, 4th string, fret number 3, the A after that, 5th fret, okay, 5th fret, string number 4, so that's fret 3, fret 5, okay, both on the 4th string. Now at the bottom of the page I left the guitars strumming in, because the guitar strums 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down strums the whole way through, which is not relative for us as bass. What we're going to do is we're going to pick on every count that has an arrow. So if I include now my picking hand and I go to G, fret 3, string 4, and I pluck it, we're going to have this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Don't forget the last and after the 4. Go up to fret number 5 for the note A. There it is. Again, I don't really mind ring finger or pinky, it's not that important. And you do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you were to combine the G and the A, you'd have something like this. I'm going to count you in, so you may play along if you want to. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the fun comes for riff number 2. Now on your PDF it says riff number 2, observe small change in red in the second bar. I've highlighted those words, change in red and second bar, because the first bar is exactly the same as everything you've done so far. But the second bar has got 2 extra notes. Now, very important, watch the finger notation as we play it through. And I'm going to point out when the change comes in. You start the same. And now, there's your 5. And there's the 3, the 2 extra notes. And then down to 2. So if I put that together now, the second bar of the riff 2, it's going to sound like this. And if you use the pinky, it also works really nice. So let's try it together now. We're going to do riff 2, which is a combination of the first riff with those extra 2 notes in red as on the PDF file, and it's going to sound like this. Here we go, riff 1 and riff 2 combined to make up the second part after G and A. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And here comes the second bar. Change notes, extra notes. Back to the basic riff. And you do the second part with the extra 2 notes. There they are. back to G, 3 and 4, and back to A, 3 and 4, and then the song goes quiet. Now, very important for this song is the dynamics. In other words, the loud and soft, loud and quiet might be a better phrase. Now, when he sings the first, I'm going to fight him off, Seven Nation Army, that whole part there, very quiet, hold back. So you don't want to play loud, something like this. And as it builds, you'll hear there's a bass drum kicking in, going goof, 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 and you play a little bit louder. Still the same phrase, and then there's a snare drum, which is going to go doof-ka, doof-ka. Excuse the special effects, but I'm hoping you know what I'm saying. And then it goes even louder. And then comes the fun part. You're going to play really loud for the G and A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for the next part, you pound those strings, you push them, you punish them. And that's bad terminology, but I'm trying to stress play loud. See, when you get to the second riff, you can hear it's physically louder. And to give you a combination of loud and soft, I'm going to play the original riff once through loud and once through quiet, so you can hear how it goes from really loud and drops the dynamic to really quiet. Here's the loud first. And drop it. Loud. And drop it. So the whole purpose of the song, just in case you already know it and you're saying to yourself, why is Ian sending this to me again? Is I want to hear you performing this. I want to hear and see a video from you controlling the dynamics. I need to hear you go quiet, bold it, bold it, bold it, go completely loud, and at the end of the last G and A, drop it back nice and quiet. And the second part of the video, like I said, on the backtrack, sorry, or the audio, is going to be the loud part. So I'm going to do it one more time, and this is simply a repeat of the beginning. Okay, and listen carefully for the loud and quiet. It's going to come in now. Nice and quiet. Comes a snare drum. But louder, not much. And louder. Keep it loud. Go through twice. G and A. And drop the volume. You can hear it goes nice and quiet there. And then stop. And that's it. I want to please get a video back from you, but I want you to make sure that when you do the video that I can see your fretting hand and I can see your playing hand. I want to specifically see that your thumb is following through the strings we mentioned earlier for the silencing of the strings not being played. And again, I don't really mind if it's pinky or ring finger for the sevens, first finger for most of the work, and then middle finger doesn't get used for this song. Hope you enjoyed, have fun with it. Looking forward to seeing these videos. Please send me some. Have an awesome week. Take care.